The African continent breathes football. From the dusty streets of Lagos to the grand arenas of Cairo, the passion for the game is unmatched. One of the biggest challenges is infrastructure. Many African countries lack world-class stadiums, training facilities, and youth academies. Top players often develop abroad, meaning the national teams miss out on cohesive, high-level preparation. In Europe, players train in elite academies from a young age, building tactical awareness and discipline that's hard to replicate back home. The facts are that over 70% of Africa's top players are based in Europe. African nations have had some historic World Cup moments. Cameroon reached the quarterfinals in 1990. Senegal stunned the world in 2002. And Ghana almost made it in 2010. Incredible players like Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba, and Yaya Toure carried dreams on their shoulders. Yet, despite these flashes of brilliance, Africa has never claimed the trophy. We remember the magic, Roger Mila's dance in 1990, Senegal's stunning upset in 2002, and Morocco's historic run to the semi-finals in 2022. But a haunting question remains. Despite producing global superstars like Yaya, Drogba, Eto'o, and Salah, why hasn't an African team lifted the World Cup trophy? It is not a lack of talent. The answer lies in a complex web of infrastructure, administration, and a tactical brain drain that hampers the continent. Consider the infrastructure gap. In Europe, young players train in multi-million-dollar academies with pristine grass and professional medical staff. Contrast that with the grassroots reality in many African nations. Raw talent is often forged on improvised, dusty pitches under the hot afternoon sun. Then there is the coaching crisis. For decades, many federations relied on foreign coaches, often bypassing the need for long-term domestic coaching stability. Poor administration at the federation level also plays a role. Without proper organization and support, even the best players struggle to perform. Tactical discipline and experience are the final hurdles. African teams often lack the composure needed for the high-pressure knockout stages of the tournament. Remember Ghana in 2010. A moment of tactical naivety or pure misfortune led to one of the most heartbreaking exits in football history. Financial instability also distracts squads. Historical bonus disputes have repeatedly disrupted concentrations, causing friction between players and their governing bodies. Funding is another major hurdle. National federations often struggle to pay for proper training camps, nutrition programs, and international friendlies. Without consistent support, teams can't compete on the same level as Europe or South America. Even top players often have to rely on club-level facilities rather than their national team's setup. The brain drain is another factor. Many players of African descent end up winning the World Cup while representing European nations like France. That grueling European club season leaves many African stars completely exhausted when international tournaments arrive in summer, right? But the tide is finally turning. Morocco has provided the blueprint, investing heavily in the Mohammed VI Football Academy to nurture homegrown talent. With the 2026 World Cup expansion, Africa will have more slots than ever before, statistically increasing the probability of a deep, historic run. Africa has the heart, the talent, and the passion. Now, as systems catch up to the skill, the world waits for the inevitable coronation. It's no longer a matter of if, but when. Which African nation do you believe will be the first to lift the trophy? Let us know. Despite these challenges, Africa is improving. Countries like Senegal, Nigeria, and Morocco invest in youth development and tactical coaching. With better infrastructure, funding, and international experience, African nations are closing the gap. Some experts believe Africa could win its first World Cup within the next 2 decades. Investing in grassroots football and strong coaching is key. The talent is there. Africa just needs the right systems to thrive on the world stage. Africa has produced some of the most talented footballers in history, but not a single African nation has ever lifted the FIFA World Cup trophy. Why? Is it bad luck? Lack of talent? Or something deeper? Today, we break down the real reasons why African teams struggle on football's biggest stage. What do you think? Can Africa finally win a World Cup? Comment your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more football insights and analysis.